A design sprint is a 5-day process that starts out with identifying what your challenge is, creating a prototype, and testing it on 5 real users at the end of the week. A design sprint is a 5-day process developed by Jake Knapp to solve big problems fast.
It compresses potentially months of work into a few days.
It's used to develop new products. It's used to improve existing ones. It's even used when you're adding a really important feature to your product.
Bottom line, better products faster. It was invented by Jake Knapp, who published this book. Jake was concerned about making a systematic method he can develop products with that will not take long and will ensure results.
He was really frustrated with working on stuff and throwing it in the garbage a year later.
So to get out of that vicious cycle of long development cycles, Jake looked at the process and said, why are we waiting so long to get market validation? Why can't we just look at our idea, get alignment, and then check it against the market, the actual users? So he came up with the system, but to enable that short time where you have to have a lot of stakeholders together, he created these basic principles of how to run a sprint.
First principle is together alone. It basically means that as a group, we're going to work together towards a goal, but during this process, we'll be doing a lot of alone work.
So, and the second principle is having tangible wherever you go. So it's a step-by-step process, and each step will have a tangible. We will prefer any tangible over non-productive discussions.
We all know how annoying discussions can be.
Yeah.
The third one is all about getting started versus being right. Because if we're always worried about making the right decisions, we'll go nowhere.
We also know that the process is very short. So it's okay to make a mistake if it's after 4 days. It's not okay if it's after a year and you come up with the wrong product. So having a shorter process ensures that we are focusing on innovation. We are daring to get something that is new, that is innovative into the market, and we're not afraid of doing that.
The fourth principle is all about not having to be creative. And as creatives, I was really nervous about this principle, but what Jake was concerned with and what he identified was that all of the people in the sprint room are really, really crucial for creating a good product. And so he didn't want to rely on just the creative solving the problem. So he developed a process where it guarantees creative outcomes. So no matter who's in the room, whether it's a marketing person or a salesperson, also their ideas will lead to creative solutions.
Also, you don't have this button you can press and become creative, do you? So actually we become creative when we have lack of resources and lack of time, and that's exactly what we're doing in a sprint. We just put everybody in a very confined time frame, and that makes everybody creative.
The design sprint team should be multidisciplinary.
We'll need not more than 7 people in a team, so we can have a discussion, but we have to have people that can make decisions and give us a good overview of what we need to do a product with. So typically you would find the CEO,
maybe a salesperson,
somebody from marketing, probably a VP or a marketing director,
a UX person,
and maybe somebody from product. And it's a big benefit if you can get somebody from R&D, so we can have some technology perspective.
That's true. Let's talk about literally what these days are like. So before we go into the day-to-day outline of it, the design sprint has been modified into a 4-day process instead of a 5-day process. So we're going to go over the 4 days. The first half of the first day is really focused on aligning on the challenge, because usually when we do products, there is lack of alignment on that stuff.
So the first half of that day will define the long-term goal. We will define the biggest challenges and agree on them, and we will map the user journey. All of that processes will lead us to the second half of the first day, which is creating a bunch of solutions.
And it's pretty amazing because actually everyone in the room will be creating a solution.
So by the end of the first day, we will get multiple solutions to our aligned challenge.
In the first half of the second day, we're really focused on deciding what the solution will be. So we're going to vote on what's the best solution.
And after voting on the solution, we will draw a detailed storyboard of the prototype we're going to make.
It's really important that the prototype address our challenges.
In the third day, we're going to assign a team of UX designers and marketing people to create a high-fidelity prototype.
The prototype looks completely real, but we're not really going to test the visuals. We're actually testing the idea. The reason we want to make it look really, really real is because we don't want design to be an issue.
In the fourth day, we're going to meet 5 real users and show them the prototype. And we'll do a 45-minute interview with each, in which we will try and understand how our ideas resonates with their challenges and daily needs.
These should not be your existing customers. Ideally, it should be people that you don't know, because you want real feedback. You want to know the real reaction to your idea. Again, we're not testing usability, we're testing the idea. We want to know, is it desirable? So let's look at what we managed to do in 4 days. We managed to align on a problem, create a prototype that addresses that problem, and get real user feedback on our idea.
Bottom line, better product, faster.